Before Daniel lost everything, he used to be called the pastor's joy. He was the kind of young man everyone in church pointed at with hope. He could pray, he could sing, and sometimes he would stand before people and preach. Everyone believed his future was secure in God. But life doesn't always continue the way people expect. University came, new friends came, freedom came, and slowly, compromise came too. At first it was small. Skipping prayers, missing church services, laughing at things he once called sin. Then came the people who made him feel free. No rules, no boundaries, no guilt. And Daniel thought he had finally found life. But he was actually walking away from the light that once guided him. Months turned into years. And Daniel was no longer the same person. He stopped praying, he stopped reading his Bible, he stopped responding to people who once cared about him. What once felt small became a lifestyle. And what once felt like freedom slowly became emptiness. One night, everything changed. Daniel sat alone in a small room after another night of regret. The world outside was still moving, but inside him, everything was silent. And for the first time in a long time, there was nothing to distract him from himself. Every choice came back to him. Every compromise. Every step away from God. And in that silence, he finally faced the truth he had avoided for years. He was not okay. He stood up slowly and looked into the mirror. The person staring back no longer felt familiar. And in that moment, he realized something painful but true. Running from God had not given him freedom. It had broken him. Daniel sat back down. No excuses, no pretending, just silence. And then in that broken silence, he whispered the words he'd avoided for years. God, I don't even know how to come back to you, but if you are still there, I need you. Nothing dramatic happened. No thunder. No voice from heaven. No sudden miracle. Just a broken young man talking to God again. But something had shifted. Because for the first time, he wasn't running anymore. He was surrendering. The next morning didn't look different on the outside. But something had begun changing inside him. He found an old Bible and opened it slowly. Dust covered its pages. And as he read, his eyes stopped on a verse. "Return to me and I will return to you." He broke down. Because he realized something he never understood before. He thought he had gone too far. But grace had been waiting the entire time. The journey wasn't instant. It wasn't easy. Daniel had to change his environment. He had to let go of old habits. He had to rebuild his life step by step. Some days he felt strong. Some days he almost went back. But grace kept pulling him forward. Not with pressure, but with love. Slowly, Daniel began to pray again. Slowly, he began to heal again. Slowly, he began to return. And the emptiness that once ruled his life began to fade. Peace started returning. Purpose started coming back. Years later, Daniel stood before people again. Not as a perfect man, but as a restored one. And he said, "I thought my story ended when I fell. But I didn't understand something. Grace doesn't just find the righteous. It finds the broken who are willing to return." And with tears in his eyes, he added, "If you are far from God today, you are not too far to come back. Because no matter how far you run, grace still knows your name."